Do you find yourself reaching for a handful of nuts in the afternoon, wondering if they're helping or hurting your health goals? As we enter our golden years, those small snacking choices can dramatically impact our energy, heart function, and even our memory. With so much conflicting nutrition advice out there, especially for those of us over 60, it's no wonder many of my viewers feel confused about what should actually be in their pantry. Today, I'm cutting through that confusion with straightforward guidance specifically for seniors who want to maintain independence and vitality. The right nuts can significantly support your mobility, sharpen your thinking, and enhance your overall well-being well into your 80s and beyond. Others, however, might secretly be working against those goals despite their healthy reputation. Before we explore which nuts deserve a permanent place in your kitchen and which ones don't, take a moment to share which city you're watching from in the comments and hit that subscribe button for more senior-focused nutrition tips. Now, let's discover how these tiny nutritional powerhouses can transform your health. Part 1. 4 power nuts for vibrant longevity. Number 1. Walnuts, your brain's faithful guardian. Have you ever cracked open a walnut and noticed something remarkable? Nature seems to have left us a visual clue. These wrinkled golden nuggets bear an uncanny resemblance to the human brain. This isn't just a curious coincidence. It's almost as if nature was whispering to us about their special relationship with our cognitive health. For those of us navigating our 60s, 70s, and beyond, protecting our memory and mental clarity isn't just about quality of life. It's about maintaining our independence. That's where walnuts truly shine. Research from the New England Journal of Aging shows that adults who consumed walnuts regularly scored significantly higher on memory tests and demonstrated better problem-solving abilities compared to those who didn't include these brain-shaped wonders in their diet. What makes walnuts so special for our aging brains? It's primarily their rich concentration of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that most other nuts simply don't provide. As we age, inflammation becomes our brain's silent enemy, gradually wearing away at neural connections that store our precious memories. These omega-3s act like natural firefighters, cooling the inflammatory processes that contribute to cognitive decline and memory loss. They also help maintain the integrity of brain cell membranes, allowing for clearer communication between neurons. I remember my neighbor Eleanor, who at 83, started incorporating a handful of walnuts into her morning routine. After 3 months, she told me she no longer needed to write down her shopping list. Her memory had noticeably improved. While this isn't scientific proof, stories like Eleanor's align with what researchers are discovering about these remarkable nuts. The ideal daily serving is about 14 walnut halves, roughly a quarter cup or 1 ounce. Some find walnuts slightly bitter, which is due to their tannin content. If that's you, try lightly toasting them in a dry pan for 3 to 4 minutes until they become fragrant. This simple step mellows the bitterness while preserving those precious omega-3s. I love adding walnuts to my oatmeal in the morning, but they also make an excellent afternoon snack paired with a piece of fruit. This combination provides a steady release of energy while feeding your brain exactly what it needs during that 3 p.m. slump when many of us notice our thinking becoming foggy. What about you? Have you noticed any changes in your mental clarity when you include walnuts in your diet? Our experiences with foods can be deeply personal, and I'd love to hear yours. Number 2. Almonds, heart health's trusted ally. Long before modern medicine confirmed their benefits, almonds were treasured across ancient civilizations as symbols of health and longevity. Today's research has given scientific backing to what our ancestors somehow knew. These humble nuts are genuine protectors of our hearts, especially as we enter our senior years when cardiovascular health becomes increasingly precious. For many of us who've watched our blood pressure numbers creep up with each doctor's visit, almonds offer a natural approach to support. Studies from the American Heart Association have found that regular almond consumption can help lower systolic blood pressure by 3 to 4 points. A modest but meaningful improvement that can reduce strain on aging blood vessels. Perhaps even more impressive is their ability to gently nudge cholesterol in the right direction, lowering the troublesome LDL while supporting the beneficial HDL. What gives almonds this remarkable heart-nurturing power? They contain a perfect storm of monounsaturated fats and magnesium, two elements many seniors are lacking. These healthy fats act like gentle housekeepers, helping clear arterial walls of plaque buildup. Meanwhile, magnesium works as a natural relaxant for blood vessels, allowing them to dilate properly and ease blood flow throughout your body. This dynamic duo creates real protection for hearts that have been beating faithfully for 6, 7, or 8 decades. I think about my walking group, 6 of us in our 70s who meet 3 times weekly at the park. Being able to maintain this activity depends entirely on having strong, healthy cardiovascular systems. Small dietary choices, like including almonds regularly, help ensure we can continue enjoying these walks that bring both physical benefits and cherished social connections. The ideal serving is 23 almonds daily, about 1 ounce. I keep pre-counted portions in small containers to avoid mindless overeating. While both raw and dry-roasted varieties offer health benefits, I recommend unsalted versions to maximize heart protection. If you find raw almonds too bland, try dry-roasted, not oil-roasted, versions without added salt for enhanced flavor without compromising benefits. Here's a tip many of my viewers haven't considered. Eating a small handful of almonds about an hour before bedtime may help regulate blood pressure overnight, when many seniors experience concerning fluctuations. They also make an excellent morning addition to yogurt or oatmeal, providing steady energy that can power your day's activities. Tell me, have you noticed any difference in your energy levels when including almonds regularly in your diet? Sometimes the subtle improvements in how we feel day to day are the most meaningful indicators of positive changes. Number 3. Brazil nuts, the thyroid's tiny protector. Among all the nuts we're discussing today, Brazil nuts stand in a category all their own. While most nutritionists recommend handfuls of nuts for health benefits, with Brazil nuts, the magic happens with just 1 single nut per day. Yes, you heard that correctly. 1 nut can make a remarkable difference in how you feel, especially during these golden years when our energy levels need all the support they can get. Why are Brazil nuts so uniquely powerful? They contain the highest natural concentration of selenium found in any food on the planet. A single Brazil nut provides 175% of your daily selenium requirement, a mineral that acts as the master control for your thyroid gland. Think of your thyroid as the body's thermostat and energy regulator. When it's functioning optimally, you feel energetic. Your metabolism works efficiently, and your body temperature stays comfortable. For many of us over 65, unexplained fatigue, increasing sensitivity to cold, and stubborn weight gain can often be traced back to subtle changes in thyroid function. According to research from the Journal of Nutrition in Aging, selenium deficiency becomes more common as we age, affecting up to 35% of seniors, even those eating an otherwise healthy diet. This deficiency can lead to decreased production of thyroid hormones, leaving you feeling constantly drained, foggy-minded, and chilled. My friend Martha, a vibrant 74-year-old watercolor artist, noticed her hands had become increasingly cold and shaky, making it difficult to hold her brushes steady. After learning about Brazil nuts from our community, she began eating just 1 each morning. Within 3 weeks, she reported warmer hands and steadier brush control, a simple change that helped preserve her beloved hobby. Here's where I must emphasize caution. Unlike other nuts where more is better, with Brazil nuts, moderation is critical. Because they're so potent, consuming more than 1 to 2 per day can actually lead to selenium toxicity, with symptoms including brittle nails, digestive upset, and even nerve damage. Consider these powerful nuts more like a daily supplement than a snack. If you find Brazil nuts too large or difficult to chew, they are quite dense, try this. Chop 1 Brazil nut into smaller pieces and mix it into your morning yogurt or oatmeal. I've developed a personal ritual of eating my single Brazil nut first thing each morning with my coffee, a simple habit that takes seconds but supports my energy throughout the day. I'm curious, how many of you have experienced thyroid-related symptoms as you've gotten older? Fatigue, sensitivity to cold, or unexplained weight changes? And if you've tried Brazil nuts, what differences have you noticed? Your experiences might help others in our community recognize these often overlooked symptoms. Number 4. Pistachios, the weight-friendly satisfaction solution. Have you noticed how our metabolism seems to slow down with each passing birthday? Many of us find that maintaining a healthy weight becomes increasingly challenging in our 60s and beyond. That's where pistachios enter the picture as a truly remarkable ally. They're one of the few snacks that naturally encourage portion control while delivering genuine satisfaction. The secret lies partly in their shells. Unlike other nuts that we can mindlessly handful into our mouths, pistachios require us to slow down, crack each shell, and savor each one individually. This natural pause between nuts gives our brains time to register fullness before we overeat. I call this nature's built-in portion control system. In fact, research from Eastern Illinois University found that people who ate in-shell pistachios consumed 41% fewer calories than those eating shelled nuts, yet reported the same level of satisfaction. For those of us monitoring blood sugar, and that's important for virtually everyone over 60, pistachios offer exceptional benefits. Their unique combination of protein, fiber, and healthy fats creates a perfect storm for glucose stability. This trinity of nutrients slows digestion and prevents the blood sugar roller coaster that can trigger cravings and energy crashes. Many of my viewers with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes report that a small serving of pistachios before meals helps moderate their post-meal glucose readings. What makes pistachios truly special among nuts is their contribution to eye health, a major concern as we age. They're rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that specifically protect the retina against age-related macular degeneration. These compounds act like internal sunglasses, filtering damaging blue light and protecting our precious vision. After all, what good is longevity if we can't see the faces of our loved ones clearly? A healthy serving is about 49 pistachios, approximately 1 ounce, notably more than other nuts, allowing for a more satisfying snacking experience. When purchasing, look for those roasted, without additional oils, and either unsalted or lightly salted varieties. I've found pistachios particularly helpful as a pre-dinner strategy. About 30 minutes before meals, I enjoy a small handful of pistachios with a glass of water. The cracking process naturally slows me down, and by the time dinner arrives, I'm less likely to overeat. They're also perfect for social gatherings where mindless eating often occurs. The shells create a visual reminder of exactly how much you've eaten. I'm wondering, have any of you discovered creative ways to enjoy pistachios that help manage your weight or satisfy cravings? The collective wisdom of our community often leads to the most practical solutions. Part 2. 4 nuts to approach with caution. Number 1. Macadamia nuts. The calorie-dense temptation. There's something undeniably luxurious about macadamia nuts. Their buttery texture and rich flavor feel like an indulgence. Perhaps that's why they're so often featured in gourmet cookies, high-end chocolate boxes, and expensive gift baskets. But behind this perception of luxury lies a nutritional reality that deserves a closer look. especially for those of us mindful about maintaining a healthy weight in our later years. Let me share what surprised me most about macadamias. They pack more calories and fat per ounce than virtually any other nut. A single ounce, about 10 to 12 nuts, contains approximately 204 calories and 21 grams of fat, nearly 25% more calories than the same portion of almonds or walnuts. What makes this particularly challenging is their incredibly smooth, almost melt-in-your-mouth texture, which makes it remarkably easy to consume far more than intended. The science explains why they're so satisfying and potentially problematic. Macadamias contain 80% fat by weight, primarily monounsaturated fat. While this type of fat is heart-healthy in moderation, the sheer concentration means calories accumulate quickly. I've watched many health-conscious friends absent-mindedly polish off a small bowl during a conversation, unknowingly consuming over 600 calories, equivalent to a full meal. If you enjoy that distinctive buttery taste and satisfying crunch, consider reaching for pistachios or cashews instead. Both offer more protein, fiber, and essential nutrients while providing a similar satisfying mouthfeel with significantly fewer calories per nut. This isn't to say macadamias must be completely eliminated. Life's too short to completely forgo foods we genuinely enjoy. Instead, try this approach for special occasions. Count out 5 macadamia nuts, about 85 calories, and pair them with a piece of fresh fruit. The fiber from the fruit creates satiety, while the nuts provide that luxurious flavor experience you crave. When you do purchase macadamias, store them in an airtight container in the refrigerator or freezer. Their high oil content makes them especially prone to rancidity when left at room temperature, which not only wastes your money, but also creates unhealthy compounds. Properly stored, they'll maintain their nutritional value and delicious flavor for up to 6 months. Has anyone else been surprised by how quickly macadamias disappear when you start snacking on them? They certainly taught me the importance of mindful eating. Number 2. Peanuts, the problematic legume in disguise. Surprised to learn America's favorite nut isn't actually a nut? Peanuts are legumes, botanical cousins to beans, not tree nuts. This distinction matters for our health as we age. Despite their cultural prominence, from ballpark snacks to childhood sandwiches, peanuts present several concerns. They're susceptible to aflatoxins, invisible compounds produced by molds that can grow on peanuts, particularly in warm storage conditions. These toxins have been linked to liver damage with long-term exposure. Unlike heart-healthy tree nuts, peanuts tend to be more inflammatory, potentially aggravating joint pain and arthritis, unwelcome companions in our senior years. Their commercial preparations often make matters worse. Many peanut butters contain hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and excessive sodium. Consider healthier alternatives like sunflower seed butter or almond butter for that creamy texture, or cashews for satisfying crunch. When only peanut butter will do, choose varieties with just peanuts and perhaps salt in the ingredient list. That natural oil separation on top? It's actually a good sign. No artificial stabilizers. Store peanuts and peanut products in cool, dry places, preferably refrigerated after opening, to minimize aflatoxin development. Have you tried switching to other nut or seed butters? What differences have you noticed in how you feel afterward? Your experiences could help others make this transition more enjoyably. Number 3. Pine nuts. Gourmet option with hidden drawbacks. Those elegant pine nuts garnishing restaurant salads and authentic pesto certainly add gourmet flair, but they come with surprising concerns for seniors watching both health and budget. Most people don't know about pine mouth syndrome until they experience it firsthand, a bizarre condition where everything tastes intensely bitter or metallic for days or even weeks after eating pine nuts. I discovered this myself after enjoying a beautiful pine nut salad at my daughter's home. While harmless, it can temporarily rob us of one of life's consistent pleasures, enjoying our meals. Their extremely high oil content creates two additional problems. They turn rancid incredibly quickly, within weeks at room temperature, and they're among the most expensive nuts available while providing less protein and fewer nutrients than alternatives like sunflower seeds or walnuts. When recipes call for pine nuts, try sunflower seeds instead. They provide that same pleasant crunch with significantly more nutrition at about 1/5 the cost. For pesto, walnuts create a delicious variation that actually increases health benefits through their omega-3 content. If you do purchase pine nuts for a special occasion, store them immediately in your freezer in an airtight container where they'll stay fresh for up to 3 months. Has anyone else experienced that strange metallic taste phenomenon? Or found a clever substitute that worked beautifully in a favorite recipe? Jar 4. Chestnuts, the holiday tradition with limitations. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Those familiar lyrics evoke warm holiday memories for many of us who grew up in an era when these seasonal treats were more common. While chestnuts carry wonderful nostalgic value, they're nutritionally quite different from other nuts in ways that matter particularly for those of us watching our health after 60. Unlike almonds or walnuts, chestnuts are primarily carbohydrates, more similar to potatoes than to typical nuts. A 3-ounce serving contains about 45 grams of carbs, but very little of the heart-healthy fats and protein that make other nuts so beneficial for aging bodies. This carbohydrate concentration can cause quicker blood sugar spikes, a concern for the 25% of adults over 65 managing prediabetes or diabetes. That said, chestnuts do provide decent fiber, vitamin C, and potassium, nutrients many seniors need more of. Their naturally sweet flavor and creamy texture also offer satisfaction without added sugars. Rather than eliminating this tradition, consider enjoying chestnuts mindfully during special occasions while relying on more protein-rich nuts for everyday nutrition. When preparing chestnuts, pair them with protein sources to slow their blood sugar impact, perhaps adding them to a turkey stuffing or pairing roasted chestnuts with cheese. Do holiday chestnuts hold special memories for you? Many in our community report that the ritual of preparing them brings more joy than any nutritional consideration could diminish. What family traditions with food have you maintained despite changing nutritional understanding? As we've explored these 8 nuts together, remember that your personal health needs and preferences should guide your choices. Why not start by incorporating just one of our power nuts into your routine this week? Perhaps walnuts for brain health or almonds for your heart. These small nutritional upgrades can profoundly impact your energy, mobility, and cognitive clarity, all essential ingredients for maintaining independence and dignity as we age. The wisdom to make informed choices is one of aging's greatest gifts. I'd love to hear which nut you'll be adding to your pantry or which you'll be more cautious with now. Share your experiences in the comments, and if you found this helpful, pass it along to a friend who might benefit. Remember, it's never too late to nourish your body wisely. Until next time, here's to your vibrant health